What's going on, aquatic family? My name is Ryan from the Aquascape Gods. Different landscape over here. I'm over at Eric's house. I came here to help him with the editing process, with the video. He edited everything. I got to give major props to him. And in today's video, we're going to be going over what happened with the plant art wall. The wall art? The living wall art. So the wall art is the picture frame, but instead of regular art, it is live plants, and I'm going to show you how we did that. I built it, and this is kind of a step-by-step. So let's get into this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's do a live reaction to the video. Here we go. All right, so we started with the pad. I got that on Amazon. It was only about $20. This is PVC cement, and it ended up not working, and we're probably gonna see that in the video somewhere. I'm kind of going into this blind. Eric edited this whole video, and here we go. So that was silicone. We got some painter's tape. I thought that would be needed, and it definitely was not, because you'll see right around here, it was actually a disaster. So we get our board. I'm going to leave in the comments the sizing of all these boards that I had the PVC board cut into. And that is because it's all waterproof. And here I'm ripping up a bag, and it's a little ridiculous, but I didn't want any PVC cement getting anywhere on my floor. I was just moving out of my apartment that I was living at. So I decided to make this there because the smell and the fumes. And you'll see over here, this is when I'm putting the PVC cement on the sides. And I didn't do any research into this. I just watched a previous video on how to do this. And it ended up to be not the best advice, but I did this whole thing. I did step by step what I was told to do, and they didn't work. So I'm making the mistakes for you. You don't need the PVC cement. You'll see here, I'm trying to get it together. I'm holding it. I don't have the proper equipment completely because I'm just not, the most DIY person in the world. And I had little supplies because I was moving out of my apartment at the time. So here you could see me, I am just pushing and pressing, and it's not sticking. I'm doing everything I can, and then I give up. I throw it away to the side, and then I take the silicone, and that's when things start happening and things start working. So you could see I'm just spreading it out evenly across the whole board. That's one side to the other. I'm not sure if that's the top or the bottom, but I use my finger. I just swiped it clean, so it's a nice smooth edge over there. And you can see it's basically holding up perfectly already for now. Here it is on the other side. You kind of just rinse and repeat. You do the same process on all four sides until it's all connected. So here I am, and this is when I get a little frustrated because you can see it just fell. So I run to the other side, I pick it back up, and then I have this. It fell again. This is ridiculous. I put the cement that was ruining everything in the first place over there, so you could see it holding it up, and it's leaning on it. And then I put the tape on the other side just to hold it up because this is a bootleg DIY, but it ended up working in the end, so just bear with me. I did the same process as earlier. I used my finger, I swiped through so it leaves a really smooth edge, and this is the final side. This is the last. I used a book. That's a good book. I think it's Edgar Allan Poe. Whatever. All right, so yeah, I'm just finishing off the edges, using the tape as barrier so it doesn't fall anymore because I was sick of it falling. I'm doing all the rest, and this is kind of the process that went. I used some Jenga. I used a glass jar. This is ridiculous. Hopefully you have better equipment to make sure this is all steady than what I did. And then here's me kind of moving around things and testing it out, making sure it works. And it does. It stands up. And that's when I use my plant pocket that I got on Amazon. I think it was $22. I will check, but it's no more than $30 at max. So I'm just making sure it fits right there. And then I'm just using the silicone. I'm spreading it all around the whole backboard. And I'm just, making sure this is going to stick as good as possible. I did end up using fish hook wire, which is really strong wire. It's meant to hold like 80 pounds, I think. And there's no way that there's anywhere near 80 pounds on this. So I drilled holes in the back of the board, and I tied it together so that even if it does fall, there's no way that this whole thing is going to come crashing down on my couch or wherever it's going to be standing in front of. And that just made sure it was nice and sturdy. Here is the last part of whatever. I know right here is where I was running out of silicone and I had to use what I had left, and that's why my fingers are getting all gross, because I am just spreading as far as I can, spreading it thin, but it ended up working. And then I guess this is where I had to buy more, so it didn't work. I bought more, and now I am drilling some screws into the sides just to make sure it's as tight as humanly possible. I have the weakest drill gun.
What are you talking about?
Eric's right over there making fun of me. Whatever that gun thing is called, screwdriver gun. And it did do the job, so it held it. And that's me using the silicone, just making sure that each seam is completely waterproof, because when you're filling these plants, all the dirt, it's going to trickle down. And what's going to happen when it trickles down is it's going to get to the bottom, and that's going to pool. So you want the bottom part to be as waterproof as possible. The sides aren't as important as the bottom. Here's what it looks like at the top. It was a whole process to get this hung up, which is why it's not on film, because I ended up having metal studs in the back, and it's not the traditional, wooden stud. So it was way more of a process to get it all there. It was taking too much of my camera. It was ruining everything. Here is pretty much the final reach of where this is going. I haven't gotten a chance to complete it fully, but that's where we are now. In a couple of days, I'm going to post a picture on our Instagram. So go follow Aquascape Gods for a full update on what this wall looks like completed. I hope that helped a little bit. I'm going to leave the measurements on the bottom. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to do next, and I'll see you next time.